Hi guys, so today I wanted to show you how you can replace the battery in your PlayStation 3 controller. So for this job you will need a new battery for your PS3 controller. I have gone for an upgraded version, which you probably won't be able to see that on there, but it's a 1800 milliamp battery. They normally come with, I believe it's about 700, which they don't last long. And especially if you're, having to constantly charge your controller all the time, um, it can be quite annoying, so you just know when it's time to replace the battery. So also you will need a Phillips screwdriver. I will be using the iFixit toolkit for this, and I'm going to be using a Phillips head. What's this one? So this is a Phillips Zero, which should be fine for this. If you don't have an iFixit kit, you can just use a normal Phillips screwdriver. So there's a screw here, there's a screw there, there's one there, there's one there, and one here. So you want to take these out. And if they get stuck inside the controller, it doesn't matter. As you can see, that one's come out. And then with the iFixit toolkit comes this handy tray. So I'm just going to put my screws in there. Or you can always use something like an empty egg container, carton, or anything that, or even better, you can use like an ice cube tray, an empty ice cube tray, to store your screws in. So that one's out. I think we're on to the last screw. Sometimes it's better to use a slightly bigger bit because you don't want to strip the threads on the screws. So once, just going to tap that last screw out. So then once you've got all the screws out, you just carefully want to pull like that, and you'll hear it separate. And then the trick is, because these two trigger buttons here, you want to try and not disturb them. So you want to try and pull it through, like scoop it up in that motion, like that, to get it off. So just put that bit to one side. So as you can see, here is the old battery, and it is, can't see it well in the, so there, yeah, it says, probably won't be able to see that, but just there it says it's 570 milliamp battery, which is just nowhere near good enough. So here you can see, I'll just zoom in a bit for you. So here is the connector here. So what we want to do is we want to remove this from here. So you can, because this is an old battery, and if you're going to throw it away anyway, well, actually you should never throw away batteries. You should always dispose of them correctly. Just take them to any local recycling place. If you're in the UK like I am, you can actually take them to B&Q and recycle them there, by the tills on the exit. and also they take small electrical appliances and stuff as well. So because I'm going to be throwing away this battery anyway, you can just simply tug away on the cable here to just like wiggle it free like that. Now then, it is in here very tight, so what I'm going to do is, to try and pry it out of there, is I'm going to actually use like a pair of tweezers. So I'm going to be using these to just tug on this on each side. So even with this, it's quite tricky. So I'm going to try and use another pair of tweezers, these ones, and it's in there pretty good. And if you just grab it like that on each side and just keep wriggling it side to side like this, it will eventually come out. As you can see now, it's come out. So that's out now. So obviously, like, don't just put this in your bin. Recycle it properly, because they're very damaging to the environment. So once we've got the old battery out, it's time to put the new one in. So it's just the same but in reverse. So on your little connector here, you will see like there is a line here. So that side wants to go. If you look on here, there's like a notch. So see that notch here, right there, there's like a little notch. So that, on the connect to that bit there, that little notch, that slots that way round. So you know that it goes in that way. So this is quite fiddly. I mean, I'm not a big fan of fiddly things, but if you just, it's probably easiest to put the controller back like this, hold it like that, and then with your fingers, or you could use the tweezers for this, but if you just push it in like that, you get it started and just push it in, and then just until it doesn't go in anymore. So that's in all the way. Now with the battery itself, you just want to like place it like that. So these brackets here, they just hold it in place. They don't actually like stick it down. But what you can do is on this side of the controller, there's like a little pad there, and that little pad, the battery rests up against that. So what you could do, if you wanted to, you could put like some kind of double-sided tape here, or you could even put it on the battery itself, then to stick it down to there. But you don't have to. So I'm just gonna place it like this, okay? Because once this is back on anyway, it will push the battery down anyway once it's all screwed back together. So what you do is you hold that like that, then you get the cover, and then you put it back on in reverse. So I like to put that end forward first like this, and then once it's through the trigger buttons like that, then you just gently push it all down, and then so yeah, what can happen is if you press that, it will turn the controller on, the PlayStation button on the controller. But that's a good sign anyway, because you can see these lights are flashing. We now know that the battery is connected and it's working properly. If for some reason, once you've done this and you put the controller back together, and when you hold that button and you don't see these lights flashing, then it means that you haven't connected it properly to the connector, and I would just take the back cover back off and fit it again. So once you've got it all down like this, you'll hear it like a little click. Once everything's clicked together, so as you can see, that battery is not moving about in there. So now it's just a simple case of putting all the screws back in. So if you have a magnetic screwdriver like this one is, it makes the job a lot easier. So if you get your screw, you just put it on like this and it will hold it there for you if you've got a magnetized screwdriver. If you want to, you can buy a tool like this which magnetizes the screws for you. Well, it magnetizes your bit for you, so it will easily pick up any screw a lot easier. So what you would do is you see there's magnetize and demagnetize. So just for the fun of this video, I'm going to demagnetize this end, and then I'm going to get the screw like this, and it, well, funnily enough, it still magnetizes it, which is funny because it's supposed to demagnetize this. So that, maybe if I try swiping it down here, no, it's still, that's odd. Okay, let me try another one that I've got and see if that does it. Because this is a little one that I've got, and it should demagnetize it. Right, so let's see if that's worked. Oh dear, where have I put that screw? No, it's still magnetized. That's strange. But anyway, if you want to magnetize it, you just put it in the positive side and you just swirl it around a few times like that. Now it will fully magnetize it. Same with this one, it's exactly the same. Just put it in that one where it says magnetize, and then it will magnetize this bit and it will hold on to any screw. Okay, so just the reverse process now. We're just going to put all the screws back in and tighten them all up. Don't over tighten them. You can just drop each screw into each hole like that and then do them all up. It's entirely up to you how you prefer to do it. So if you want to replace the battery in your controller, and you've noticed like, oh, your controller's really, it's really grubby, it's really dirty, that would be a good idea at the same time too. You could just remove the circuit board because it's only held in with another screw, and then just take this shell off, and you can wash it with some hot soapy water. Okay, so that is it. So I'm just going to tighten all the screws up. So I'm just going to double check now that it still works. So just press the PlayStation button there, and as you can see, it's still flashing. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to connect with the PlayStation 3 and turn it on. But because I've completely disconnected it from the mains, it won't be doing that. And I won't be showing you how to charge the controller because that's quite simple. You just connect a USB cable there and either charge it with the power bank like one of these, with a cable, and these are actually quite good. These by Top K power banks, these, because they do a quick charge. So it's very similar to a fast charge. When you fast charge your Samsung mobile phone, for example, it does a fast charge, whereas most power banks don't, and they take forever to charge your phone. So that was just a quick guide to show you how to replace your battery in your controller, your PlayStation 3 controller. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider giving us a thumbs up and also consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.